Oh, hey there. It is the morning of the 8th, and man, oh man, yesterday was a day. Um, it was supposed to be a very boring day. I left Flagstaff at 4 in the morning, and I was trying to beat the heat because, man, is it hot down here in the south. And I rode for about 6 hours or so, and then when I was getting gas, I was looking on my iOverlander, and I realized that there was absolutely no camping, like anywhere near me for miles. And so I found a place finally in Oklahoma, in Elk City. Tons of reviews saying it was beautiful, blah blah blah, and free. So that's where I headed to. About 40 miles west of Amarillo in Texas, there was a really bad accident. And luckily I was nowhere near it, but I got stuck in the traffic jam. And there was no flowing traffic for hours. Supposedly, from the word on the street, 18-wheeler semi crossed the median and hit a car head on. So pretty bad accident. So I waited in the traffic jam for about an hour to hour and a half, and then I decided to just turn around and have Google find me another way. Well, it did, and I'm sure you see the dirt on me. It took me country roads, and wouldn't be really a problem because this can handle dirt roads. It's not a big deal. But one section of the country road was mud, and in Texas, mud isn't mud, it's clay. It is red clay, and that stuff is slicker than shit. It was about a 20-foot section, and well, I didn't make it, but I did. Here's a video. Well, had another oopsie. Trying to go through that. Laid it down. I'm fine, just covered in mud. This should be interesting. I'm in Texas right now, very northern Texas. Originally I was gonna stop in Oklahoma, but who knows if that'll happen now. All right. God damn it. I thought I could make it. I was at the very end, and then I wiped out. Damn. All right. So after that, it went fairly smoothly. It was about 15 to 20 more miles of dirt roads like that, but thankfully there was no more mud pits like that. There was patches of sand, but sand, as long as it's not on a curve, is pretty easy to ride through. Just keep on the gas, keep your speed up, and keep that front wheel floating, and you'll do just fine. Just don't try to turn. And so I was able to get back on the highway, back on I-40, and I was getting closer and closer to Elk City. Got to this camping spot. It was 9:30 at night, and it wasn't free. The camping cost money. You had to go through all this stuff, and it was pretty dark out, especially in that area. And then off in the distance, I could see a pretty bad storm rolling in. So I ended up not pitching a tent for multiple reasons. I mean, that storm, I've slept through storms before, but the thing is that when that video where I had the flower that I liked and I smelled and all that at that location, I accidentally left my tent stakes. So up until this point, I haven't had tent stakes, which isn't a big deal because it's been hot. It's been nothing but blue skies and hot as hell. So whenever I put up my rain fly, I have all the curtains rolled up, and so breeze can roll through and it protects me from the sun. So I didn't need it to have staked down so that rain wouldn't get in, because there was no rain. It was dry and miserable. But yeah, so I don't really have good tent stakes. I do have tent stakes, but they're all broken. So that was my decision to get a hotel. But when I went through Priceline, got the hotel pretty cheap, actually. It was like $60, and it was the nicest hotel I've stayed in so far. Just funny, because it was the cheapest. So Priceline usually gives you the address, and you just hit get directions, and that's exactly what I did. And it took me 20 minutes back the way I came. Once I got there, there was nothing. There was nothing at the location it led me to. And I had to Google the actual name of the hotel, and turns out it was just like 2 minutes down the road from where I originally booked it from. So I had to drive all the way back. And mind you, it was about 10 o'clock at this point. Pitch black, can't see a thing. And the front of my bike, it was covered, as you've seen, but this cowl, it's a bit dirty, so not a lot of light gets through it. And the first time I went to Elk City, there's a bridge right before it, and there was literally a herd of deer, like a herd, and I barely saw them off the corner of my eye through somebody else's headlights. So that was fun. And so I got an escort. What I did is I just stayed behind a vehicle. I followed closely behind a vehicle until I got to my exit. And that was the best way I could think of to protect myself from potential deer strikes, because it'll dent their hood, but it'll kill me. So I'd rather them get hit than me. So it was a very, very long day yesterday. And that's it for this one. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story time and got a good laugh at me taking a spill. Have a good one.